everyone. This is going to be my first adventure into the world of video making. And so we're going to show you the new project that we're going to be starting on. This is my 1995 Ford F150 XLT two-wheel drive. And I got a good deal on this truck about 6 months ago when I picked it up. And I liked it because it has pretty much no rust on the body components. I mean, these are all solid. If you look up under the fenders, you know, they're all pretty solid. It does have some surface rust, like most things of this era do, but no major aggressive rust. So, but it is a two-wheel drive, and I don't particularly like two-wheel drives. I always wanted a good four-wheel drive truck that I can not worry about driving it out in the snow or the mud or anything like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a swap. Now, Ford trucks in this era, being from 1996 and older, are capable of a fairly easy swap. It's pretty much a bolt-on, bolt-off. So what you have in the front for the suspension is you have twin I-beam suspension. At least that's what they call it. It's kind of hard to see in this light, but that's one I-beam, and then that's the other. Right there. It's kind of hard to see with this camera, but that is what gives you your independent suspension. And on four-wheel drives, it is the exact same, using that for the main support, and then they have radius arms and the steering components, and all this is the same on a four-wheel drive. So what we're going to do is a swap. We're going to take the drivetrain components out of a four-wheel drive truck, out of the junkyard, take and modify them to form basically a four-wheel drive, kind of a conversion, I will say. So basically it's going to be what you see, the main parts of the suspension will be gone and replaced with four-wheel drive components. And also, you can't just swap the axle, so what we're going to have to do is get a drive shaft and the transfer case, which the transmission is right there, and so what we're going to do is swap in either a four-wheel drive transmission and transfer case, or swap just the transfer case. I'm not quite sure yet what I'm going to do. I think it's going to depend on pricing and what I can find for a decent price. So pretty much it's just going to be a bolt-on, bolt-off, or a bolt-off, bolt-on, hopefully. So trucks in this era use what was called an automatic four-wheel drive. Basically, in the cab you had two push buttons, right there and right there. One was for four-wheel drive and one was for four-low. And then out on the hub you had just this, the hub was actually automatic, such that whenever you engaged four-wheel drive in the dash, it would automatically lock the hub to the wheel, and thus giving you four-wheel drive. Well, I've talked with some people and read a lot of articles, and they're just generally not that good. I've seen a lot of people talk about how they'll be driving and the hub will break in some way, or it will start to make a ratcheting noise and it won't work. And so what you end up doing is just doing a conversion. So to prevent the headache that could create, we're just going to go straight to the manual Warren hubs. And also to accompany that, I also particularly like having a manual lever, and so instead of the push button up there, we're going to put a manual lever. I have to cut a hole in the floor for the lever. So you'll have a manual transfer case and then manual locking hubs, because I think that's just generally a more durable setup, and I like the look of that a little bit better anyway. So at the same time we're doing this swap, I'm also going to be doing a suspension upgrade, because trucks in this era sat pretty low. I mean, they were never very high to begin with, but my truck's also, the suspension's kind of tired and it sits pretty low to the ground. So what we're going to do is also put in a lift kit. It's going to be a 4-inch lift kit, because I don't want to go too terribly high up, because as you go up higher you start to lose your ability to, well, your drivability basically. It becomes, you have to slow down more in corners, and you can't maneuver as easily because you're higher up. But I think 4 inches will give it that nice medium between lifting it up too high and giving me still the ability to still maintaining that drivability that I like. And with that lift, we're also going to put 33-inch tires on it to give it that some nice traction in the ground or in the winter time, because these tires that are on it now, they're pretty good. I mean, they got some decent tread lift on them, but they like to spin out a lot during the winter months. So this is just going to be the intro to the build. I'm not actually going to be starting anything, but this is going to be the intro, and then the next video will be the actual going to the salvage yard, finding the truck I want, or the trucks plural, which that will have the parts, and then the next one will be, or I might combine them, we'll see. It'll be refurbishing the axle and transfer case and drive line, and then getting the actual, after that will be the actual swap itself, which will be pulling off the axle, the old two-wheel drive front axle, putting the refurbished front axle in, and then after that it'll probably be 2 steps. One step, or one day, will be the actual four-wheel drive axle, and then maybe, you know, a week or so later I will actually do the transfer case and drive line, because I only have a limited amount of time, and this way I can still have a drivable truck at the end of the day. I don't have to worry about having a truck sitting up on jack stands for forever. So yeah, that's pretty much the everything I'm going to do. It might be a little while to get everything that I need, because it's a matter of trying to find the right truck. And if I can, I would like to try and find a truck with manual locking hubs already on it, so that way I don't have to do that. And finding a truck with a manual shift transfer case. But yeah, other than that, tell me what you guys think. If any of you guys have done this and I'm missing something, or you have advice, definitely comment below and tell me what you think. But for now, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and have a good day.